Hi everyone, it's Lauren again, aka Flossabilities, back reviewing my month of January stitching. Welcome to my channel all about cross stitch. Anyone who's new or has been watching for some time, you're all very welcome. Thank you for joining me again. I'm back, guys. Happy New Year. It's a bit belated, but technically this is my first video of the new year. As I didn't film on the 1st of Jan, I filmed on the 30th of December for ease last month. So yeah, this is my actually first video of the new year, unbelievably. It is the season of love. So we have some hearts behind us, wearing a bit of pink, just represent that. So I wish you all a wonderful, happy Valentine's Day when it comes around this month. Last month of winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. So we are getting there, guys. And spring will be upon us before we know. Might look a bit bare behind me. That's because I have fully finished 2 big pieces, and those who've been with me some while will know what they are. So I've brought them down to show you in this kind of first any other business section, and then I'll pop them back up there when I do my whip parade. So I got a fun-filled video today, guys, and I've got some time, which is great. I work full time, so for the most part Monday to Friday, but this week is my 1 in 4 Saturday shift, and when that happens I get a half day on a day in the week, and it just so happened to be today, the 1st, so it just fell beautifully to give me time to spend time with you guys and show everything and not rush through, and I'm on my own in the house and it's great. So yeah, we've got a lot to get through today, but hopefully you'll enjoy. So yeah, to summarise, I've got my results of the giveaway. Thank you so much to everyone who participated. This was my 3K subscriber giveaway from the last video. And thank you, big thank you to Michelle Loves You, Mama Loves You GB, Michelle at Mama Loves You GB, Sammy from Little Loop Stitching, and Hayley the Cabin Stitcher for contributing some of these prizes. It is most appreciated, thank you. So I'm going to give the results away in a moment, and then after that I've got a smidgen of haul to show you, just a very small smidgen, so I'm not going to kind of throw it right at the end this time because it's literally like 2 pieces, so it'll take us minutes. And then I'm going to show you my FFOs, and then that'll conclude any other business, and then I've obviously got my normal whip update to show you. And I've actually just come from Mama Flossabilities, as she's very kindly given me all of her active whips so that I can show you guys what she's working on, where she's up to, her rotation, what her plans are, because I know a lot of you have been asking, and as it's the new year, I thought it would be the best time to show you everything, so at least you know what she's working on, and then throughout the year I'll show you when she has a finish, or if I can do this again and show you where she's up to, I'll do a whole like whip parade again of Mama's active whips. And she's even debating doing one where she comes on the video with me to show her whips, which I know a lot of you have said, so I am trying to get the courage on her to do that. So you may see this year at some point Mama Flossabilities actually popping on screen. We'll see she's very nervous about it, but I've told her she'll be fine and that you guys are all lovely. So yeah, really lots to show today. Okay, what should we do first? Let me just have a sip of coffee just to lubricate. Thank you. So giveaway results. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 6. Yeah, six prizes. And I've done basically off screen a random comment generator, and it was picking up the keywords I gave you from last month. So I'm going to reveal each of the winners here. Oh, on that as well, I just wanted to say I'm so sorry for the first time ever. I didn't comment on anyone's video unless someone asked me a specific question on the last video. I normally comment on absolutely every single comment, but because of the giveaway, the influx of comments was just too great that I was like, I'm never going to keep up with this. So for this occasion only, I just hearted so that you know that I've read it, because I really do appreciate it when you leave a comment. And I will comment on the people that have won with their instructions and to let them know they've won. But yeah, just business as usual next video. If you want to leave a comment, great, and I will always answer back. So thank you very much. Okay, so the first prize, and I'm not going to put another picture because my poor partner has got so much editing this video already. So if you went in for this prize, you'll know what you'll know what I'm referring to. So the first prize was from Hayley at Stitching Cabin, and it was a book tracker. So cross stitch piece where you had kind of outlines of books and you could colour them in based on a key, so you can keep a track on your reading. So the first person who won that was Sarah Ward, and here's Sarah's comment. Congratulations, Sarah, you've won the book tracker. So I'll comment in your comment to let you know that you have won, and I'll pop my email in there so that you can email me, and then I have somewhere to send the chart to. Great, thank you. The next prize from Hayley at Stitching Cabin, again, thank you, Hayley, so much, was the winter band sampler. Sorry, I'm pointing like I'm gonna put the picture, but I'm not. But that was won by LS Stitches. LS Stitches, congratulations, well done. If again, I'll leave a comment with my email. If you can email me, I'll get the winter band sampler sent over to you. Okay, the next prize was from Mama Loves You GB, Michelle. Thank you again, Michelle. Her prize was that you could go on her Etsy shop and pick any of the charts that she has designed. So kind of go nuts, you know, go and have a look and have a pick of which one you would like. Again, I'll put her in the description box. I'll put the link to her shop so that you can go and have a peruse. And then if you could kindly email me with which one you would like, I will let Michelle know so she can send that across to you. Okay, so the winner, the keyword was love, and the winner was Teresa Chukul. You have won the Mama Loves You GB prize. Congratulations. I recognise Teresa's name. I see her name a lot in the comments, so it's so nice to see a regular commenter win. So yeah, well done, Teresa. Okay. The next prize was from Sammy Little Loops. She was offering a free PDF chart of one of her full coverages from her website. Again, I'll put the description of the shop so you can go and have a look at which chart you would like. And that was won by Nikki Dexter. Well done, Nikki. You have won the Sammy Little Loops free PDF full coverage chart, so you can go and have a look. And again, I'll comment in your comment with my email. If you could kindly email me and let me know which chart you would like, I will pass that information on to Sammy to make sure you get your chart. Okay, fabulous. And then finally, my gift to everyone was I wanted to buy someone a Paine Free Crafts PDF, a full coverage from their site. And the keyword was crafts, and the winner of that is Sue Davies. Yay! I was so happy to see your name, Sue. I know Sue from she comments a lot, so thank you so much, Sue. And also, I've seen her do the Wind and Willow Sal on the Paine Free Facebook group, so I know, Sue, that you'll have an account, which is one obstacle gone already, so that's brilliant. But yeah, you're the winner, Sue. So I'm going to comment on your comment and if you could let me know which chart you would like in an email or on the comment, and I'll get over to Sarah at Paine Free Crafts and get that purchase for you and sent across. So yeah, congratulations on all the winners. I wish I could give everyone a prize, but I would be bankrupt. It's so nice to be able to give something to say thank you very much for watching my channel and you know, having a laugh with me and encouraging me on my stitchy journey. So I just thank you to everyone for entering, and commiserations to the people who didn't win. Okay, so that's the giveaway done. What's next? We'll do haul next. Okay, so I got a happy email from Mama Loves You GB as a Christmas present. When she was offering the prizes for the giveaway, we were talking about her charts, and I mentioned that I love the Susanna Eccles, and it, you know, I've been very enabled and nearly close to buying it several times. And she very kindly said, I'm going to send you that as a Christmas gift. So it's a PDF chart, so it was a happy email. So this is, just in case you don't know, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. This is the Susanna Eccles chart 1853, which is taken from an original sampler of Susanna Eccles back in the Victorian times. And Michelle has done the most amazing job charting that so that we can all stitch it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I don't have anything really that pink. I love that it's got pink in it, and I've got some big plans for this. I've already bought on 123 Stitch. I'm waiting for a 123 Stitch order to come with my Christmas vouchers. A piece of fabric I think this will look lovely on, so I'll go into more on that once I do decide to start it. But I just wanted to say a big thank you to Michelle for such a lovely gift, and I can't wait to start this one, so thank you very much, Michelle. And then I bought myself a pattern, but I'm going to blame Mama for this one. So I'd already bought myself some things on 123 Stitch using my Christmas vouchers, and did I keep it to the voucher amount? Of course I didn't. I ended up going over, and then Mama rings me and goes, oh, I'm doing some ordering on Peakside Needlecraft. And I need to get to so much for free delivery. But I've bought everything I want. Do you want to buy something to get us to free delivery? So it's like, well, you know, there's no point paying delivery. I might as well get a chart. So I bought a chart, and that arrived yesterday in the mail. So I'm gonna show you that now. And I've already got, I want to buy more project bags from Sammy Little Loops. So she keeps releasing all these beautiful fabrics. I want them, Sammy, but I just keep spending my budget before I've even got to payday. So yeah, Sammy, I will contact you at some point this year to buy some bags. But yeah, I've already blown my budget for this month. It's just yeah, it's a disaster. Anyway, let's see what I've bought, So I saw this on Jessie Marie's Flosstube channel, and I absolutely loved it. And when I saw it was on Peakside Needlecraft, I had to have it. So this is Heartstring Samplery Scary Samplers. Now, what I love about this, if you're not aware, is obviously on first glance, it just looks like a typical spooky sampler. But this pattern has references to different books, TV, film, different things to do with horror, sci-fi, scattered throughout. Now I won't give them all away because it does say in the pattern what they've done. So you can go sleuthing, she says. So you can go sleuthing and find where they are. But just to give you an example, this snake on the lawn is to represent the Beetlejuice snake. If you watch Stranger Things, these are the flowers, the Demogorgon heads. These aren't actually birds, they're like pterodactyls from Jurassic Park. And you've got like the Death Star. This is a quote from Charles Dickens' Bleak House, which says, I will die here where I have walked, and I will walk here though I am in my grave. I don't know yet if I'm going to do that quote, or if I'm going to do something like an Edgar Allan Poe quote, or like a funny quote from a horror, like a Beetlejuice or something like that. But I just love this chart and the cleverness that there is some hidden references to things me and my partner love and watch. So I had to have this chart. So yeah, and it's a beautiful chart. Look how I'm not showing the actual chart, but look how thick the pattern is, because they've really gone to town in breaking it down, so it's easier to do. So yeah, absolutely made up with that. So another one to add to the pile. And then I'll do, when will I do it? I don't know, but I have it if I need to do it. So that's my haul. So the next thing to show you is my FFOs. I'm so excited to show you these guys. I was going to do something and I forgot. No, it's too much to do now. Okay, so For those who've watched me a while know that last year I finished 2 big full coverages that I've been working on since the start of my channel, and I was only working on 3 full coverages for a long time until I started adding more whips in once they were finished. So they've been sitting over a cushion in our spare room, and I could still see them, but it was a shame that they were just sat there, and I was like, I've spent so long on them, I need to get them framed. So finally in January I took the plunge and I went on to Picture Frames Express, which is a company in the UK where you can design a frame. So they have frames ready made, but you're designing the size if you want a mount board and things like that. So I finally got to frame my 2 pain-free crafts charts, which is Cheese Delivery and Wise Old Owl. So I'm just going to show you them now. Finally measured them right, because I did a rubbish job with the Halloween one, but I'm really happy with these. So this is Cheese Delivery, guys. So I just went with a kind of brown frame, but there's a dark few lines in it, which I thought really went well with this, and then a gold edge, which I thought brought out the kind of gold and yellow tones of this piece wonderful. I'm absolutely made up with it. I haven't got the glass in. It did come with, it's like perspex glass, because I feel it's more vibrant without it, but I don't know if I'll change my mind over the years, but for now I'm really happy. I managed to measure it correctly this time. Top tip: full coverages will always warp a little bit when you wash them, and you will have like maybe one side a couple of millimeters left. So I made sure that I found them smaller sides and measured from them smaller sides, and if I was worried that I was going to cut a bit of a longer side, I would just go over maybe by a millimeter, but like this is the edge of that piece, so it is completely fine. I haven't cut anything off, but look at him, guys. He's framed finally. This is what I want this to go in my kitchen in the future, but for now, because we're in a temporary location, I'm not trying to fill the walls, because it's just a pain to try and keep them off. So he's been sitting up here with Wise Old Owl, and I've just been loving looking at him in January. So yeah, just a nice simple frame. My decor aesthetic is brown, so I wanted something to match that as well. But I think it's just a window into the cheese shop. Yes, and if you want to look at someone still stitching this, Ellie Welly Stitcher Elaine is she's over 50% now, guys. She's stitching this at the moment as well. So I hope this gives you inspiration, Elaine, to finish it this year, because I know that's a goal. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this frame, and I think it looks so good in here. And I am rubbish with this. People always ask me how I frame them. Like I said, Picture Frames Express are doing all the work. They send the frame, the backing, once you've measured what you want, and there's an option to click an acid-free mount board, which is what it comes. So it's measured perfectly for me to mount, and all I do is place the piece over the top. Obviously I've got the folds of the spare fabric over the side, and I lace. I use kitchen string that I bought from Amazon because it's strong and silky. I have a big needle, and I've just Googled lacing videos on YouTube, and that is all I do, is just lace it so it's taut, and then it's here in the frame. And then I just pop the back on that it comes with. So yeah, that's Cheese Delivery. Pain-free crafts, stitch 2/1 on 25 count easy guide. There we go. And I will put him behind us once I pause to collect myself to put the do the whip braids. Sorry, I'm lost train of thought there. Okay, so my next one, probably my favourite. He is my favourite at the moment. I mean, it's up for debate. I get more stitch, but I think he is my favourite. So this is Wise Old Owl. Pain-free crafts. Again, artist is Dunn. And again, stitch 2/1, 25 count easy guide. Oh guys, look at him. He just reminds me of Archimedes from the Disney Sword and Stone. I just absolutely love him. Again, I did really well with the measuring. I'm so proud of myself. And it is a slightly different frame. There's more, it's got a lip up, and it's more of this lighter brown colour, like a mahogany. And then it's got a little bit of dark where there is dark in the piece. and then the gold trim again. So it might look the same, but it's actually a different style of frame. But I think he looks breathtaking. I absolutely love him. And again, he's up behind me. I just get to look at him in January and throughout January, because I always feel it's quite bare when I put all my Christmas decks down. So it was so lovely to actually be excited to put something up in its place and be able to look at these. And these are what I call all year round pieces. So it doesn't matter what season it is, these are all year round to me. There's no obvious season in the pieces. So, you know, it could be Christmas time, I don't know. Could be spring, I don't know. So I'm happy to just keep these up all year round. And again, I'm either going to have him in, when we purchase our first home, either in a lounge or maybe near a bookshelf in like a study. But absolutely love him. Again, no glass on the front. And if I didn't say so, he was stitched 2/1 on 25 count easy guide. Oh, he's just lovely. Can't stop looking at him, sorry. So that's my 2 FFOs. And, oh God, I don't know where to put him, sorry. The cross stitch has got me surrounded today, guys. Yeah, literally have no room. While we're on the topic, no, I can't find it. I'll discuss that when I do my whips, because there's a plan section. Yeah, that's better there anyway. Right, so that's it, guys. We've done the giveaway results. Well done to everyone who won. I've shown you my haul and we've done my FFOs, and the next clip you're going to see is Mama's whip section. So I'll leave you now and get myself sorted, and then we'll be back. See you in a minute, guys. Hi guys, we're back. I've organised myself. Pictures are back up. Do they look lovely behind me? Oh, it's so nice. That's a bit better. It's looking a bit bare before. I've got Mama's whips all in front of me. Obviously, they're not my whips, so I'm doing my best. She's given me some great notes, but just bear with me if I'm just trying to get my bearing on some of them. Because you know your own whips inside and out, don't you? But when you're doing someone else's, you've got to have a minute and you've got to check the notes. So okay, so what I do know is, I've got it in front of me on a sticky note, is that Mama, just like me, has 6 active whips. And that is what she worked on in January. She is making some changes in February. She's dropping down, I think it's to 3 main whips, because she's got some focus pieces that are season related and she wants to get them done for spring. And what she did say is Mama kind of came back to cross stitch, and she feels a bit like she's catching up. So she is very much at the moment stitching to the season upcoming stitcher. So it does put a bit of pressure on herself, and she'll find something, she'll go, I want that up for spring, but I've only got a month. So she has got a rotation, but she's much more flexible with it. And she's trying to do what I do, where she assigns something like five of the projects, yeah, so it's like 6 projects getting 5 days every month would be equal 30 days. And she's trying to do that, but she's more flexible with it. So if she's really enjoying it, she'll stitch on it for 6-7 days. Or if something's more important to her to get finished, she doesn't mind putting that one on for longer. So she's got an overall goal of 6 whips, 5 days per month, but she's flexible with that, if that makes sense. So these are all her active whips. This is very exciting. Okay, what I'm going to do first is the ones that need a picture up here to make it easier for my partner. So the first whip she is working on is a chart by the Blue Flower, and it's called A Greyhound Year. And I'll put a picture of what that'll look like when it is finished. Okay, so beautiful chart. And the reason she's stitching this is it's actually a gift. One of her best friends, it's her 60th birthday this year. And so she needed to kind of get going with this. So this one she actively always works on. And I have where she's up to so far. And I'll tell you when I show it what she's stitching this on. how gorgeous is this? It's not something naturally, if you're not someone who obviously, you know, sees greyhounds a lot, that you might naturally think to stitch, but because it's a gift for someone, this lady it's a gift for, she's rescued 2 greyhounds. She absolutely loves the greyhound breed, and she's got 2 gorgeous greyhounds, so she's a bit greyhound nuts. So when Mum saw this, she thought, how perfect would it be that she's got a greyhound for every season. So at the moment we've got January, May and September, because obviously it's going to go February, March, so she's just going down in columns. But how beautiful is this? She's stitching it on 18 count Flober linen raw, which is perfect for this. She said it was a new December start, and surprised to be completed by July, August, but hopefully should be finished before then. She's currently at 25.63%, and she's stitching it 1/2 in the DMC conversion. She originally started it 2/2, but found it too bulky on this 18 count, so restarted it on 1/1, and I think it's absolutely stunning. It's so nice to see it, because I would never think to stitch this chart because of the greyhounds, because it doesn't really mean much to me, but it's so beautiful. So that's her first whip. And as I said, in January she did it 8 days in January, it looks like. Fabulous. Okay, project number 2, and again I'll put a picture of what it'll look like when it's finished. This is a Ukrainian designer supporting Ukraine, from her Etsy shop Non-Stop Stitch, and it's called Easter Egg Bunny. Isn't it stunning? We're likening it to like a dragon guarding its egg, but it's a bunny because it's sat in that very dragon-like pose. So this is a more recent start for Mama. She found it, loved it, and thought, I want that up for spring. So now it's becoming a priority. So it was a new start in January, and I'm going to show you what she's done so far. And ultimately, in February, she's going to focus on this piece. She's going to drop down some of the projects so that these are finished. So this is where she's up to at the moment. This is a chick needle minder I gave her. So she's working on the egg. She's chose to do this on 18 count Ada, which she's dyed herself in the colour Kelly Green. Kelly Green. So this is her start on the egg. I think this is a beautiful colour, and you can imagine the rabbit around it, the bunny. So I think she's made great progress today. This is a new start in January. Sorry, she's obviously actively working on it, so that's why there's threads there. So yeah, that's one that's going to be stitched a lot in February. I did have this somewhere, Mum, the February one. I'm just trying to find it. Beautiful. Again, I'll put the description of the shop and things like that in the description box. Trying to find. Yeah, here we are, February's plan. A plan in February is to drop 2 projects, and I'll show you them when I get to them. So Easter bunnies are focus in Feb. The greyhound because it's a present, and then another one which I'll show you in a minute. That's Easter bunny. Okay, next one I'll show you. This is one of the ones she's going to drop in Feb where she focuses on the spring piece. Mama started in January a Heaven and Earth Designs chart called Tree of Life. Take it out because of the glare. And I think, is it the, Stitchy Witch, Witchy Stitcher, she stitched this, or stitching this, and Mama saw it on there and she loved it. So it's just the normal chart, you know, not like expansion, you know, or extra colours. It's just the normal hay charts. Artwork by Jen Delif Celtic Designs. It's absolutely gorgeous, this. I can't get that back in there, sorry, Mama. And this is where she is up to so far. Again, this is her new start in January. These are obviously her working threads. Look at all the colours in that, guys. So Mama is trying out on this, and I think it looks fab. She's a 28 count, and she's using tent stitch for the first time. She's at 2.09%. Yeah, said that. Just seeing if there's anything else I've missed. I think it's 2 strands, tent stitch. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is what it'll look like when it's finished. Beautiful chart. And Mama said as well that if you look closely, there's animals in each of the corner. So these are 2 fish. I think this one's like, this one's a horse. This one's a dog. And there's like a heron up here. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's one of Mama's full coverages. So this is one that's dropping in February to give some of the spring ones chance and the greyhound present to be kept on top of. Okay, what else we got? Oh, a few of you have been asking about this one. So this is Mama's full coverage, that one of the very first ones she started when she got back up stitching. This is a pain-free crafts chart called Knitting Circle. And I won't put a before picture because you've seen a lot of it here anyway, because she's been working on this for a while and then paused it. Oh, how breathtaking is that, guys? Look at them sheep knitting with their own wool. Oh, it's so funny. Isn't that spectacular? I love the pain-free craft charts. I love me a Chris Dunn. She's made really good progress. So she stopped to do her Santa, which is the main picture of the full coverage. So if you didn't see the last video, that's Mama's finish. So now that that's finished, she's actively working on this again. And what she's doing is she's working this on 25 count easy guide with 1 strand, full cross. And she's currently at 53.51%, so she's over the halfway mark. And the goal with this one is she actually doesn't have days allocated for this. She just does 150 stitches a day. And she's worked out that if she does that, she'll have it finished for Christmas. So even though it's not a Christmas piece or needs to be up by Christmas, it's just like a nice goal point for herself that if she does 150 stitches a day, she will have this finished by Christmas. So yeah, absolutely stunning. Pattern's called Knitting Circle, just in case I didn't say that. So she will still work on this in February because she does her 150 a day and then goes on to the actual projects day that it is. Oh, it's stunning, Mama. Absolutely stunning. And it's so funny, just the sheep doing their own wool. It's just brilliant. This is in this beautiful bag that I think it was either me or my dad got her for Christmas. It's beautiful project bag. So that's project number 4 that she's working on. Okay, project number 5. Another one that's staying out in February because it's spring related. This is Madame Chantilly chart called Spring Tray. She's already done some of the others. She's done a summer one and I think a Christmas one, and she's just working her way through the trays. She has a frame that she rotates them in and out of, so she would like the spring one done ready for the season. So that's where that one. So let's show you this. here is where she's up to at the moment. Light's not picking it up very well, but this is an antique green linen even weave, 36 count. And she's stitching this 2/2. The fabric was from a company called Sew It All. Yeah, and I think I don't think this was a new start. Let me just check. Almost a new start, she said. So I think she'd literally done a tiny bit just before going into Jan. So most of this is January's progress. Just a little comparison. So she's at the top there. Where's the bunny? Here. So she's got to go along to do them flowers. So yeah, ambitious goal, because he's actually quite a lot of stitching, but she wants to get this done for spring so she can put it in her frame in the kitchen that she rotates out the seasonal pieces. Isn't it gorgeous? Beautiful. Well done, Mama. And then her last whip is she finally started the Gold Collection Petites Wolf. He is stunning, isn't he? Wolf. He's a new start again in January. And this is where she is up to. Sorry, bear with. Sorry, some working threads on here, so I'm just trying to sort it for you. So this is her start. And she's using all, you know, the kit itself. So there is the fabric that comes with it. It's usually Ada with dimensions. And then there's obviously some blends in here. But I think that's a great start for January. You know, dimension kits are a lot of work. How fabulous. He's going to be absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Yeah, so no percentage but she's using the Good Notes app on iPad. She's dropping this in February because it's obviously going to take a while, this piece, and she'd rather focus on the springs. So that's it. That is Mama's 6 whips. So she's like me, and even though we have a lot of stash, she's trying not to overwhelm herself, and so she's got 6 active whips. And she's a bit more flexible. I'm very much like, oh, it's had its 5 days, that's it, I've got to move on. Yeah, very rigid like that. But Mama is more, you know, she's retired, so she can spend a little bit more time just going, do you know what, I'm gonna, you know, I know I'm less busy tomorrow, I'm gonna give it another day, and this is what I'm feeling. And so she's a little bit more goes with the flow, which I like. But yeah, ultimately, out of the 6 projects, 5 get given days, and then Knitting Circle gets 150 on it every day, regardless of what day's project it is. So February, she's going to drop Wolf for Tree of Life just for that month and work on Easter Bunny, Spring and Greyhound, and of course Knitting Circle. So yeah, they're her whips. We'll see where she gets up to. As there's more progress, I'll either do this again and just show you them all where they got up to, or if she has a finish, I'll show you that. And as I said, we might get her to come on and actually show you herself where she's up to with things. So that would be fabulous. So that's Mama's section. So I'm going to just tidy this up and then I'll come back with my whips. Okay, see you in a minute, guys. Hi guys. Oh, sorry, I think I've knocked me. Back with my whip section. I've had a great month for stitching January, especially in comparison to December. I've worked full time, but I have for the most part stitched every day. I have got my book a days planner. This is the first time I'm using it. I have thoroughly enjoyed using this, and because I want to fill it in every night when I finish stitching, it's really encouraged me to get my needle and thread out even when I'm tired a little bit. So I'll show you my January overview on my book. So this is January. As you can see, I've gone to town with the stickers. I've put a sticker in the day where I haven't stitched, so it's really obvious. So there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days out of 31 where I didn't stitch. And I don't think that's too bad for me for a busy month, January. My work is so busy in January. But yeah, I've loved stickering this. I've got a representation of Happy New Year with a clock, and I've just gone with a winter theme, anything that's blue and white. And I'm absolutely loving it. So what have I been up to? So I have 6 projects. Those, you know, watching me for a while, sorry. And I have a dedicated amount of days I work on them in the month. And to decide what order, I spin a tiny decisions app, and it just tells me, start this one first in the month, right? Finish that one, it grays it out, get to pick the next one. So that's what I did for January. The first one it picked was my wind in the willows sal. Wind in the willows sal. Completely lost it there for a minute, guys. Wind in the willows sal, which is a chart by Paine Crafts, designed by them. So I'm going to bring that out. And compared to other months, guys, I've made some really good progress in this. Just checking my stats on it. Yeah. So this got 5 days at the beginning of Jan. And this is what it'll look like when it's finished. It's a huge piece. Don't even know if you're going to be able to see it all. So I'm very pleased to say, if you've been watching me a while, I've been trying to finish the outline of this frame for ages. And I'm pleased to say that I have finally finished the outline of the frame. Goodness, have I got it all in? Just about. Yes, it finally meets at the top, guys, and I've finished the outline of that frame. I am absolutely over the moon. It's been a bit of a love-hate relationship, but I'm just so glad it's all met up and I've got my foundation to work on now. And you may have noticed when I held it up there, I've actually, let's just fold this over because I just can't. I've actually even managed to get some of the brown done on the wood frame that goes up over it and start filling in some of the grey of this frame. Because what I've decided to do is that I'm treating this a bit like a meal. When I eat a meal, I will usually eat my least favourite thing first and leave the favourite thing till last. So, you know, veggies are on the plate. I actually quite like vegetables, but then, you know, they're not going to win against potatoes. Or, you know, a pie or or the burger or whatever it is, the main meal of it. So I'm doing what I consider the less exciting bits first. So I couldn't bring myself to go back all around this frame with the grey, and I've just decided on what corner I'm working on. I'm going to go through the grey just to break it up. But these top left corners up to where the frame goes are just literally square frames of wood. So I'm going to do them first along with doing some of the grey in this. Because what I don't want to do is do all the exciting bits with the animals and the bunny at the bottom and then lose desire to stitch on it. So I am doing the vegetables first so that I have the main course bit to look forward to when I get to stitch each of the animals in these boxes. So I did... in the 5 days, so I'm really proud of this, with work as well. I did 1,885 stitches. It does not look it, does it? But I did 1,800 stitches to get the top of that frame finished and to get that little bit on the side done. That's how big this piece is. So I'm just going to keep going with this next month on its 5 days as usual. And I'm just going to keep going up with this brown and also fill in the grey around here and just see if I can get most of the brown done of this corner and work my way across the grey, filling in these lines, and then get to the other side and do the other brown. I've no expectation of when this will be finished because that was quite a good rotation and it still doesn't look like I did much or that it went forward, but I am over the moon with that progress. So yes, finally some good progress in Wind and Willows Sal. Fabulous. So that's my first project. Right. Just refer. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't say that's stitched on 32 count ivory murano, and it's stitched 2/2. Okay. What did the wheel pick for me next? Then I got to work on eggs all around. 2, 3, 4. I did work on it the full 5 days. There was no mis-stitching days. Where are you, eggs all around? Oh, you're here. This is a Glendon place chart. This is what it looks like when it's finished. I'm stitching exactly what it's called for fabric, everything, which is 28 count chrysalis cashel linen. That's the count it called for. I'm doing everything as it says. The only thing I've done is change this gentle samplers thread to DMC 92, I believe it is, 92, which is a lot more variegated than this one that you're seeing on here, but I'm liking it. So that's what it'll look like. And again, I made great progress on this month. Last time you saw it, I had done all the middle, apart from beading, and done one stem and just gone like this with the others, but not actually done any more stems. So if you just bear that in mind. And then this is where I got to in the 5 days. I don't count the stitches when I can't do it easily, so I just can tell by eye progress. This is where I'm up to. I'm absolutely made up with this. And do you know what's weird with this 92? It's so variegated, like really opposites, really dark and really light. And I feel like I shouldn't like it, but I do. It reminds me of lily stems, and it's kind of because the rest of the eggs are very bright and vibrant and a bit cartoony, it almost, to me, brings it like a bit more natural. And I've seen people finish it with gentle samplers and it's gorgeous, but I'm really happy that I just decided to change it out. And it was a decision I made because of 2 reasons. One, I'd heard the gentle samplers had run. Now, I'm not saying that it has for anyone else, but the person, and I can't remember the person that said it, I just took that advice and I thought, I'm not going to risk it. And then, but when I got to start it, I realised I hadn't bought any anyway. So I was like, well, what could I use instead? And I used this 92. And it's given this variegated, very obviously variegated look, but I'm actually really liking it. So there is 8 of these stems in total, and I've done 4. So at the moment, I'm just grabbing 92 and running with it every time I work on it. So it's not the most, enjoyable stitching at times, but I think possibly if it runs on the right days, that I could finish the other 4 stems, and then all stems are done, so that these nice gaps I've created, I can then go along and do some of the fun bits, which is to create the giant big eggs. So yeah, really, really happy with that. I think that's really good progress in January with just only 5 days. And when I say 5 days, I mean, I've got 5 days to do what I can with it, but that means like evenings usually after work, or if it lands on a weekend, the weekend. And obviously as I go through the year, there will be days I'm on, annual leave. And so I get extra days. So it's all luck of the draw, but I'm really happy with that. I know this won't be finished for spring. Unlike Mama, I'm not as worried about it being done for spring. I have got, well, not loads, but because these are behind me and I've got another piece that represents spring, I'm not, desperate for it to be done. I'm kind of hoping that if I can get these stems done in February, then March and April, when it's Easter and spring, I'm actually working on it during that time, and it makes me feel springy and Eastery, and and I think it'll be nice to work on it in the season. So I have a feeling I'll finish it probably in the summer. That's my vision of when it'll be finished. So that was project number 2 I worked on. Then what did we spin? Then it's spun on Sleepy Hollow. Where are you? I've kept this in the Q-snap because it was becoming difficult to hold, and the Q-snap perfectly shows it, so I thought that was really handy. So this is the Sleepy Hollow piece, the cross cricket collection, cross-eyed cricket, and I was working on this panel, and last time you saw it, I I'd done the red tree, I believed, but I had this whole orange and yellow side before the line breaks to do. I just had the little branches, just not the actual colour done. This one, I should have worked on it 5 days, and I only actually worked on it 3. So 3 of the non-stitchy days ran over Sleepy Hollow, so it only got 3 days. So that affected its progress, sadly, but I'm still relatively happy. It's stitched on 32 count haunted Belfast linen, and this is where I got to. So I completely finished the panel, guys, and I'm sorry if it looks a bit skewy for the Q-snap, but it is straight. So this is the first panel completely done. So I did manage to do all the yellow and the orange to meet the side. And if you can see all these random stitches, these are like fallen leaves. So I did all them as well in them 3 days. I don't think that was too bad. If I'd had the 5 days on it and stitched 2 of the days that I missed, I would have started the next panel. So that's my goal in February, is that I'm moving on, starting the next panel and see how far I get. But yeah, we've got a complete, everything back stitched, everything done for that piece, the first panel. So next one is the longer panel, the middle one, where you've got the headless horseman chasing Ichabod Crane. So obviously I'm gonna start where the trees are, because that runs on next, and I'm going to make it into this 3-way flat fold. So in essence, I'm going to have to leave like a gap and then try and calculate and make sure I'm doing it right, so that when I do bend the fabric together, it meets. So wish me luck. So we'll see, but he looks fabulous, doesn't he? I love this haunted Belfast linen fabric. It's fabulous for this piece. It's just so atmospheric, and I've chosen an area where it goes a bit light up here, so it looks like dark clouds to me waving over. Gotta have a bit of Halloween in my stitching. I love it. So that was that one, and that's in my Sammy Little Loops project bag. Oh, sorry, showing the pattern. Love that bag, Sammy. Okay, so what did the wheel spin next? Consult my book of days. It's so handy, this. I love it. Yes, it was 2 days of stitching I missed on that, and then I missed a day of stitching. This was supposed to be me starting Rosalind Chapel, but I missed a day of stitching, so I ended up starting it there. So I only got 1, 2, 3, 4 days on Rosalind Chapel. That's what was called for next. So this is Rosalind Chapel, which is actually sold at the gift shop for Rosalind Chapel up in Scotland. This is going to be a gift for my partner. It has a meaning to him, a sentimental meaning. This is a focus for me. I haven't been stitching on it too well the last few months, and I have actually made progress this month. So last time you saw it, the whole church was done. This was half done. All this was done, and that was it. So this is what it looks like today. So I've finished the top of this and brought the back stitching up, and that's the page break. Actually slightly over, but I just wanted to make it felt right to finish there. And then I went over to this side, and this is above the page break as well. So I am into the top page of stitching now. This is also in the top page of stitching, but I've just got a bit of back stitching to do on this column, and then the column is actually completely finished, and so then is the whole bottom half. As I said, I only got to work on it 4 out of the 5 days. This piece, I would like to finish for a couple of reasons. One, I don't start anything until I finish something. 6 is my absolute maximum that I can go with. So I want to finish this to start another full coverage called Simple Pleasures. I'm absolutely desperate to start it. So the quicker I finish this, the quicker I can start the next one. And then most importantly, it's a gift for my partner, and his birthday is at the end of March. So I really want to finish it, and this fits perfectly, it says on the pattern, into just a normal, you know, average frame size that you can get in a shop. So I'd like to frame it and wrap it and give it to him end of March for his birthday. So what I've decided with this piece is I'm not gonna spin the wheel to decide its fate of when it's stitched. From today, I'm going to stitch it. It's also going to get more time this month because, as you probably know, there's only 28 days in Feb and my rotation is worked off 30. So I'd lost 2 days of rotation, and I fixed that by what I show you in my next whip, my last one, because my next whip is a finish. So when I finish something, normally I rotate something in and show you what I'm going to start, but I'm not going to start something new. So I've gained back 3 days because the next whip only gets 3 days a month. And therefore I've gained a day now rather than losing 2. So the gain is going on this, and it's going to get 6 days instead of 5. And it's going to be the beginning of Feb, the first 6 days of February. And I'm hoping either to finish it then in them 6 days, or be so close that I know when I start March again, I will choose to start this one first, give it its 5 days, that it will be definitely finished at the beginning of March, ready to frame and give my partner for end of March. So that's my goal on this piece, is that next month you're either going to see is finished or very close to a finish. But I'm absolutely loving it. It is a beautiful, very simple chart. I'm using everything called for in the kit. And I can't wait to give it to my partner. And I can't wait to start Simple Pleasures after finishing it. But isn't it lovely? This is taking me longer than it should. I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't know why I'm taking so long with it. It is more than it looks. I will say that. And you are changing thread colour quite a bit, even though there's only like 8-9 threads and colours in the whole piece. But yeah, lovely. So that's Rosalind Chapel. So he got 4 out of 5 days because I didn't stitch one day. And then I spun the wheel and it called for barging through. So this is my full coverage. So this is what it'll look like when it's finished. And this is where it was last time you saw it. And I think it was about 6% done. So this is the piece that I get 7 days on per month. And I also do a daily 100 on it if I can, when I can. So I'll just show it you first and I'll go over the stats. So hopefully you can see some progress. We've got the full outline of the telegraph pole and the bird's wing. I think there was a gap here, so that's been filled. All this has been done, and then over here. And it's obviously just the grey and pinky sky of this scene. And I've decided to just get it done. Go through to the end, getting rid of the sky, leaving the outline of the fun objects, so that when I reach the end, there's like a foliage at the end, I can do the foliage, sky's done, and then kind of make my way back down and do these fun bits. So stats on this. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a bit rubbish, didn't realise that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of the 7 days, I only stitched on it 5. On the elected days, I had 2 days of no stitching in a row at the end. I don't even know what happened there, why that happened, but it did. So I only worked on it for 5 of the 7. In that rotation, I did 1,719 stitches, but because I did daily 100, I had 14 out of, because obviously it gets 7, so there was 24 days I could have done daily 100 on it out of the 31 in the month, and I did the daily 100 14 times, so 14 days out of 24. So that's not bad. That's actually much better than I'm usually been doing. So on the daily 100, I managed to get 1,417, because one day I did, instead of 100, I did 117. Don't ask me why. So in total, 3,136 stitches have been put in this piece this month, and we have gone to 8.19%. So we're so close to 10%. Absolutely love this. I'm still enjoying it, even though it's kind of the boring part of it. I'm just enjoying, there's like a prominent pinky purpley colour here. It almost looks white in your hand, and then you stitch it and it goes like a slight pale of pink. It's amazing. So I'm just bringing that down, and then this grey takes over again and goes right here. But I've got through the worst of it. This is the deepest part of where the sky meets the bridge, and then the bridge goes up like this. And there are some objects that I'll be going over. So every time I get 2 of these pages down, I am getting less and less of sky I need to do, which is helping. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. And I think it's going to look absolutely stunning when it's finished. And look how different the colour palette is to the other 2 I've done. I've chosen like an opposite, just to do something different with, but it is still Paine Free Crafts. It is Chris Dunn, 25 count easy guide, stitch 2/1. That's me go-to. Yeah, so that was the one that was called for next. So that's that done. And then finally, there was obviously only one left project, it could be, that it chose for me. So it was Song of Spring, which is a Lizzie Kate limited edition chart. I'll show you the picture of that. And it's a full kit, comes with all this finishing off projects and everything. I want to say a big thank you to Dina, the half stitch cross stitcher. I won this in a giveaway from her a few years ago, so I just want to say thank you again for sending this. Last time you saw it, I had the bunny done, because I only started it last month, and some of this nest, but not all of it. And I worked on it the full 3 days that I give. I have an ornament 3 days a month, which is why I can work on Barging through for 7 instead of 5, because I only give my ornaments 3 days. And I'm very pleased to say that with a lot of effort and hard work, I have finished this. Here we go. So there's the heart button that comes with it and 2 little beads. And then apart from that, it's just the Weeks Die Works that's part of the kit. And it looks absolutely stunning. I love it, absolutely love it. A lot more stitching than it looks, but I'm so glad it's finished. And it comes with, as I said, the spotty pattern fabric to make it into this pillow. And I've got some lace here as well that goes with it. And then what I'm going to do is, this comes with it, this little piece of like rickrack almost, for a little side pattern in it, which is this fob. Now, I'm not particularly bothered about the fob. So what I thought I would do is, just like I did with my Merry Christmas pillow that you saw in a couple of videos, I'm going to make a little hook on my pillow so that I can hang it here if I'd like to, or just kind of push the hook behind and put it in a bowl, or, you know, as like a tuck pillow. But it gives me versatility with it. But I'm so made up that I finished that. So that's my first finish of 23. I'm flying away with my pillows, guys. So just flying away. So yeah, and normally, this is what I was saying, normally when I finish something, I get to go, right, we finished something, this is what I'm going to work on instead. But I've elected to not stitch an ornament next month because there's only 28 days and because Rosslyn Chapel is more important to finish. So there's no new start, even though I've done something. I can hold off that reward, that's fine. I have got the next ornament lined up. I can't wait to show it you, and I will show it you on the next video when I do start it. But for February, I'm not going to do an ornament. I'm going to take them 3 days to make up the 2 I'm losing in Feb because it's a short month. And because then obviously this had 3 days, I've got an extra day I can use towards Rosslyn Chapel. So I'm only going to be working on 5 whips next month, and they're all getting the normal time except for Rosslyn Chapel's getting an extra day, and that's it. That's as simple as that. So yes, January, done. February, ready. So excited. So this is going to be full of like love hearts and pink and red. So excited. And because it's the 1st of Feb, I get to start stickering it up. But yeah, I've been really loving this. But what a great month of stitching. We've had a finish. I've made some really great progress in some of them pieces, and I'm so excited to see what February brings. Things should hopefully start quieting down at work. So if I've done that month, with January being the way it is, I'm really hopeful that February's just as good. I have got one day off in February extra than weekends. I've took holiday day, which is Monday coming up, so that'll give me some extra stitching time. But other than that, I'm just working the full month of Feb, so it's evening stitching. So that's it, guys. That was a full video. Oh, actually, one thing. Sorry, meant to show you this. I have now fully finished absolutely everything in my when I framed them, I'd finished absolutely everything I've ever stitched is finished, except for this piece, which I keep showing you every few videos. Here's an iron again, which is a cross-eyed cricket Easter piece. And my goal in February as well as stitching is to turn Song of Spring into a pillow ready for the beginning of March, and also to turn this into a flat fold. If you haven't seen it, I have a video in one of my October-y videos, the autumn videos. I finished another cross-eyed cricket representing autumn into a flat fold using Vonna Pfeiffer's tutorial, with the inspiration of what Teresa Little Stitcher had done, because I was trying to frame them, realised that they're all going to be different sizes. I couldn't have that many frames, so I was trying to find a different way of finishing them. And a flat fold, I am loving with these. You really get to see the piece. They're not hidden by the frame. So I'm going to try and find some backing fabric that's like fun and Eastery, and flat fold this. So I've got a lot of work in Feb. I want to turn these two things into this and the other pattern into finish, so then I've got absolutely nothing that I've stitched not finished, so that's one goal, and so that I've got something to display for spring and Easter, because it's coming, it'll be here before we know it. So the 1st of March to me is spring, and even though this I know represents Easter, I'm happy to display it as a spring piece. And obviously I've got the Song of Spring pillow. So yeah, just wanted to show you that. So usual whips and 2 things to try an FFO. I'd like to get at least 1 done. And obviously if I finish Revelry Chapel, I've got to FFO that. It's all happening, guys. Right, thank you so much. I'm sorry it's probably quite a long video, but there was a lot to show you for Jan, but thank you so much. Winners, I will comment on your last comment. I hope you all have a safe and wonderful February, and I will see you all hopefully the 1st of March to review February. See you again, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.